What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And so, let's get started. But just before we do you guys like free stuff? Then whoo, you gotta check out Prime Gaming. It's free with an Amazon Prime account. So maybe you signed up for insane shipping deals or Prime Video, but now you also gain access to a bunch of game content that rotates every month. This month, to celebrate the release of the Overwatch 2 beta, the sequel to one of the biggest games of all time, Prime Gaming is offering a legendary Overwatch loot box available until July 22nd. Let's take a look. So head over to the Prime Gaming website and make sure you're signed in, and then simply scroll through the massive amount of free content they have, including full games. As you can see, they have Far Cry 4 on here? Dude, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the value. Simply go to the in-game content section, and here you will find Overwatch, and that's where you can claim that legendary loot box. Simply click on it to claim it, connect your Battle.net account, and then head over to the Overwatch game. As you can see, there's a loot box waiting for me. I open it up and get a brand new legendary skin. And if you like that, there's more Overwatch content coming to Prime Gaming over the next few months. And if you don't care about Overwatch, well, there's over 30 titles all getting free in-game content with Prime Gaming, and you even get a free Twitch sub to your favorite streamer. So guys, definitely head over to Prime Gaming by clicking the link in the description down below. Claim that legendary Overwatch loot box before July 22nd, and get ready for that Overwatch 2 beta, baby. Level up with Prime Gaming. I know I did. Alright, so first things first, what is going on this week in Destiny 2? Well, we have a new weekly mission, and it actually wraps up Caitl's storyline. She conquers her inner demons. I'm not going to spoil too much, but that's been the same for every single character. We had 2 weeks of Crow dealing with his inner demons, 2 weeks with Zavala dealing with his nightmare, and now 2 weeks with Caitlyn. So coming up next, we don't really know. Will we start to actually face Callus and his ambitions within the Derelict Leviathan? That's all yet to come. But moving on from there to the new information revealed within the TWAB, guys, this is a big one. Out of nowhere, Bungie actually is dropping a huge mid-season Sandbox update. So a lot of these changes were kind of slotted for Season 18 next season, but they're coming up pretty darn soon. I think potentially next Tuesday. So here are all the things getting buffs and nerfs. Firstly, in terms of Airborne effectiveness, they reduced the Airborne penalties for all primary weapons. These changes are roughly equivalent to increasing the base Airborne effectiveness stat of primary weapons by about 15 at low stat values. So, auto rifles, pulse rifles, scout rifles, and submachine guns, their penalties reduced by about 40%, hand cannons and sidearms 20%, and bows 30%. Additionally, they reduced the airborne aim assist penalties for the above weapon types and changed the stat scale to provide more benefit to each point. And some perks that were affected are, firstly, Air Assault is going to give plus 10 airborne effectiveness at all times, in addition to the plus 60 for low health. Extended Mag actually gets plus 10 airborne effectiveness, and Steady Rounds gets plus 7, and they raised the base AE stat on several exotic weapons, and that's going to be listed in just a bit. But moving on from there, it's not just airborne effectiveness, a bunch of weapon archetypes got their damage changed. So firstly, with precision frame 180 rounds per minute hand cannons, they've languished for a while. So what Bungie is doing is that they increased the body shot damage from 37 to 40, and then the crit now moves from 57 to 60. And that means you can now kill in 2 headshots and 2 body shots against Guardians, and it kills in 1.33 seconds with all body shots. Next up, we have auto rifles. So the precision frame 450 rounds per minute auto rifles, they've fallen behind, so Bungie is increasing the body shot damage from 19 to 20, and the precision multiplier moves from 1.6 to 1.5, and that means the crit damage stays the same at 30, so they should be able to kill in one shot less just to the body, making them again more consistent. But moving on, we have scout rifles. So precision frame 180 rounds per minute scouts are getting increased body damage from 34 currently to 38, and then the crit moves from 54.4 to 60.8. And so now you can 2 crit 2 body against 197 HP or lower, and that kills in 1.33 seconds, just like the hand cannon, and in body shots against 190 HP or lower, 1.67 seconds against higher resiliences. So again, just significantly more consistent. You can mix in some body shots and still do quite well. But also for the high impact 150 rounds per minute scout archetype, they increased the body damage from 38.2 to 42, and now the crit is moving from 66.9 all the way to 73.5. And so now you can 2 crit 1 body against 189 HP or lower, and it kills in 1.6 seconds in just body shots. So the potential to not need all headshots for a 150 against a really low resilience opponent is pretty saucy. I mean, like 150 RPM 3-shot kills, they kill really fast if you get those 3 headshots, and now potentially letting you miss one and still secure that kill, again, that's saucy. Moving on from there, guys, for shotguns. So the pellet shotgun felt like it was underperforming in PvE, so they've increased the pellet shotgun PvE damage bonus from 10%, what it is currently, to 25%. So when this update hits, guys, all of those pellet shotguns, those rapid fire frame shotguns, your Aikilos shotgun is going to be doing 15% more damage, essentially a free Vorpal weapon instantaneously in PvE. That is potentially going to matter. Then we've got linear fusion rifles. So they say the flinch increase on linear fusions was fairly effective, but since it was a global, it hurt their usability in PvE. We've made a change that applies this increased flinch to damage coming only from players instead. So using stuff like the Arbalist, super popular in PvE, especially with Grandmasters upcoming, now you're not going to be flinched off target, by the enemy champion as much. Moving on from there, glaives. Bungie said when scavenger mods were disabled in PvP, glaives were no longer able to get enough ammo for a kill from a single brick, and they've corrected that. So now they've increased the ammo per special brick for glaives from 1 to 2 in PvP, and they also say damage scalars on trace rifles, killing tally, Aegir Scepter in Will, Given, Form Mode, etc., Ariana's Vow, and Fighting Lion were not functioning as intended. The fix for this will restore functionality for most weapons, but an update to Fighting Lion will come later, currently planned for Season 18 launch. So essentially, guys, none of the damage increasing perks on trace rifles were active in PvP. So yeah, this is going to fix that, and potentially, no one's been using trace rifles again because their perks literally haven't been working. This may be a great opportunity to hop in there with a trace rifle and see how effective it is. But next up, we have exotics. So the Lorentz driver, Bungie says it's still too oppressive. They reduced the aim assist stat from 32 to 22, and they reduced suction against players, so they removed the universal 2x flinch nerf from the previous change. Since we've changed flinch for all linear fusions, this also applies to the Arbalist. Moving on from there, Gjallarhorn, Bungie says it's too dominant as the heavy weapon of choice in PvP and Gambit due to the proximity detonation, making it very easy to use. So the primary rocket no longer has proximity detonation. Wolfpack rounds now deal half damage to players. So you know, it's pretty wild. Gjallarhorn is getting nerfed in more ways than one. As you can see, the actual nerf Gjallarhorn physical object, Bungie just posted about how this came together yesterday, and it is going up for sale pretty darn soon. I think you do have to have the Bungie rewards to have gotten the actual Gjallarhorn within the 30th anniversary update, but as you can see, this thing looks pretty darn sweet. So Gjallarhorn nerfed twice, I guess, is what's going on here. Then the last word, Bungie says on controller especially, it was a little bonkers. So they reduced the hipfire precision aim angle by 50%. The precision aim angle dictates how far off the head you can aim and still get a headshot, and they reduced the damage and aim assist fall off distance by 3 meters. Moving on from there, the Forerunner, it was getting 3 ammo per special brick in PvP, technically enough for a kill, but it was pretty unforgiving. So now you're gonna get 4 ammo per brick in PvP, and they reduced the ammo per special brick to about 16 in PvE. Then the Ariana's Vow was getting 1 ammo per special brick in PvP, and they've increased that to 2. And lastly, the exotic weapons getting an airborne effectiveness buff are the Suros Regime from 23 to 31, Whisper of the Worm from 9 to 20, the Monte Carlo 21 to 29, and the Forerunner from 22 to 27. But after that, talk about timing, because not only is this video sponsored by Prime Gaming, but Bungie showcases the brand new Prime Gaming rewards for Destiny 2. That's right, Destiny 2 is one of the many games that gets free rewards with Prime Gaming. So guys, another reason to click that link in the description down below, and you can see some of them right here. But then the last thing we're talking about is that next week on July 5th, Grandmaster Nightfalls launch. So of course, your boy is going to be putting out a guide every single week for the available Grandmaster Nightfall, not only talking about how to beat it, but some recommended loadouts for all 3 different classes. But Bungie actually wants to remind people that normally if you leave a Grandmaster, you can't join back. But if you do get error coded out of a Nightfall, when logging back in, you should get a prompt to rejoin. You won't be able to change your loadout or anything, but you should be able to get back into that Grandmaster. At least that's what appears to be what they're saying here. Guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.